I got to do my pre-show warm-ups and stretching because I'm a little sore today. How is everyone tonight, people? Want to thank everybody. I already got 4 people in. Want to thank everybody that is joining me so far. Bad Rocky scene. Yeah. Hey, you better be careful there. Tom Delaney hasn't came into the chat room and said "fuck Vulture" lately already. I mean, he's usually the first guy in that's like "fuck Vulture." I don't know why all the Vulture hate. Guys, what's going on? Got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Ended up trying something new. Got to get my connection figured out. But I listen. I ended up uploading the audio that I did today. I ended up doing a live stream with Ciroc Mocha Prince from the Bubba the Love Sponge show. We've been having some great chemistry together, I think. And that show, the audio version of that show is available right now on my podcast. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, iTunes Podcast, as well as Google Play, Amazon Audible. So that is available now. There you are, Tom. Tom checking in, F Vulture. And you can just, if you want to go directly to my hosting site, Tuddle.podomatic.com. I was talking about being sore. Well, first, let me finish my thought there. That Vulture ended up having to take off during the interview or co-hosting thing that I did with Ciroc today. And when he made me the moderator, I think that's what bogged me down. It bogged down my stream. Now the audio is pretty damn good. I mean, it cuts out a little bit, but for the most part, it's pretty good. What up, Anthony? How are you, buddy? So we did a live stream today. It should be available on my YouTube channel. And I don't even need to give that out because right now you're watching me on YouTube. So it's kind of worthless. So the reason why I said I was sore, I've been trying to step up my workout game. I did a lot of squats yesterday, lots and lots of squats. And my legs feel like jello today, absolute jello. And I'm getting those like weird, like muscle twitches. I mean, they're always so annoying whenever you get those twitches and stuff. Hey, T-Bone, thank you for joining me as always. T-Bone is always here. But I've had those twitches, and a lot of people are telling me potassium. I've been doing a lot of juicing, not steroids, guys, but juicing. My mom, well, I got one on my need gone thing. It wasn't even out of the box. I got a juicer. And if you're in the chat room right now, can you guys share this? Let people know I am live right now. YouTube.com/Tuddle. Share it on any of your social media, Instagram, Facebook. I got to tell you, those dolphins and porpoises are killing it out there right now. I bet every fish in the world is run off there because at certain times of the night, they are just killing the fish. But I already lost. But yes, so share it. Tell your friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, neighbors, whoever it may be. Tell them, join me right now. Let's get this thing rocking because my numbers have been going up every single time that I've been doing this live show. Well, now it's dropping down to 6. So I might be shit out of luck. And I got to tell you, I'm not going to put them on camera, but I got new neighbors here, and they're pretty kick-ass. Really kick-ass guys. And he's got this big speaker. I got to tell you, if I have a rave, man, I'm going to come get that speaker from you. But yeah, so we got some new neighbors around, and they're really, really nice guys. They're here doing some work out in Ponce Inlet. But and they're really cool guys. And it's nice. The park is actually getting really filled up right now because of Bike Week. You know, the first radio station that I worked at was 93.1 The Crow, WKRO in Daytona Beach. And I got to tell you, the event season, starting with Speed Weeks, because back in the day it used to be Speed Weeks. Now I think they only did a week for Speed. It was Speed Week, not Speed Weeks. And then after that, you had Bike Week. And then Daytona International Speedway. I'm going to go out there and see if I can get some interviews of the Supercross. They have the Supercross event at Daytona International Speedway. So I'm thinking about going out there. And then get this, guys. I am going to go out and I'm going to get some live video and interview Jesse James Dupree from Jackal. Now, I want to get your advice. What should I do with that video? Should I use it for my own YouTube channel and podcast? Because the reason I'm asking is that thanks for hosting the interview today, Tuddle. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. So what I'm asking is, what does it better serve me? Does it better serve me to go out and interview Jesse James Dupree from Jackal, who is going to be in the small little town of Edgewater, Florida, at a liquor store that is adjacent to a Shell gas station on 442 right there in Edgewater, to do like a signing to promote his Jesse James Dupree bourbon. So I would like to get some feedback from you. Do I use it for my own content, or do I do the interview and send it to the Bubba the Love Sponge show? And I only ask that because Jesse James Dupree is a good friend of Bubba Clem. So what do I do? How does it better serve me? If you don't want to, let me know or give me feedback on the chat, you can email me, tuddle@gmail.com. That's Tuddle with 2 Ds, TUDDLE @gmail.com. Or you can leave me a voicemail. Still can't take live phone calls yet, but once I get a studio built, I will be able to take live phone calls. But you can leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. So what should I do, Tom Delaney? Like, for real. Don't ask Vulture. I mean, trust me. There's been some things that Vulture has given me advice on. Well, I can't do it for both. I really can't. It's pointless. Do I use it for my own self, or do I send it to Bubba for him to be able to use? How does it better serve me? And honestly, I want to know. Tuddle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Better myself. Yes, I mean, it would be great to get the hits. It would be great to get the engagement online. But what I'm trying to say is, Bubba playing that, does it get me more subscribers? Does it get me more viewers for what I'm trying to do? Or do I just use it myself? I'm serious. I want your feedback. Because I'm leaning both ways when it comes to it. I mean, how about this? I'll send it to him. And if he doesn't want to use it, then I'm going to use it then. There's not many opportunities where Jesse James Dupree from Jackal Now, let me ask you, though. I have, the whole gimmick that Jesse James Dupree is, he loves to do the chainsaw gimmick, loves just cutting things up with a chainsaw. Now, I, once again, need gone. Somebody was going to get rid of a chainsaw from Craigslist, and I went and got it. I got to tell you, the thing is pretty clean. Should I bring it? Matter of fact, would I get in trouble if I brought a chainsaw to that liquor store? And guys, it's not going to bother me. It does not bother me. Use it yourself. Bubba will put himself over and mention you once. Okay? I mean, one mention by Bubba promoting my podcast could help me, get a little bit of a bump on my numbers. Send it to Vulture, then he won't release it to anybody. God, I gotta figure. I would love to know who Tom Delaney is. But would I get in trouble if I brought a chainsaw into the liquor store to have Jesse James Dupree sign the chainsaw? Because I think that would be pretty badass. And I could do it as like a giveaway, or I can auction it off for a charity. I don't know. It's just some of the thoughts that I've been having. Another thought that I was having? Take the chain off. Yeah. Good idea. Take the chain off. It's less threatening. Another thought that I have, I go to a lot of websites to find audio. And some of these websites that I go to find audio maybe doesn't have the best type of stuff to watch. A lot of cartel videos and stuff. And this was just a random thought that I had. It's like these cartels are all just trying to outdo each other with violence. Like, seriously. And I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but they just think of the most horrible ways to kill people and torture them. And I had this thought. Would you, if you knew that they're going to just kill you anyways, would you dig your own grave? Because I've seen a lot of those videos where people dig their own graves just knowing that they're going to be put in that grave. And I'm telling you right now, if I knew that I was going to be murdered either way, fuck that. I am not digging a grave. And I've talked about this before. A lot of the terrorists in the Middle East where they kidnap, these government workers that are doing stuff. Everybody, they just sit there. They're so calm. And a lot of people have told me, like, oh, they drug them, or they tell them, like, oh, this is just for show. We're not going to kill you. I'm telling you right now. Now, I could be just talking a big game. I am going to make it as hard, messy, and difficult for them as possible if I know that they are about to cut my fucking head off. And I'm telling you right now, the last thing that I'm doing is digging my own fucking grave. But I also haven't been in that situation. What would you guys do? Do people think, oh, if I dig a good grave, maybe they're not going to kill me? Like, seriously, what is going through these people's mind at the time? Are they just giving up? Are they just realizing there's nothing that they can do? So if there's nothing you can do, then you know what? Fuck you. Dig your own grave. Because I'm not digging my own grave. And I'm telling you right now, I want to make it as difficult as possible. I am not just going to sit there like all cool, calm, and collective and let somebody just cut off my head. Because I got to tell you, there's some fucked up shit on the internet. And I don't think people realize it. It was just a random thought. I know it's kind of morbid. I know it's not, like fun or exciting to talk about. But I'm telling you right now, if I was in that situation, I would hope that I would not dig my own grave. But who knows? I've never been in that situation before. But I would like to think that I'm not going to dig my own fucking grave. I'm just saying, it was just a random thought that I had, guys. I'm not trying to get all like dark and demented on you when it comes to that. I'm just not. It was just a random thought. Like I said, random thoughts. That is why this show is titled tonight Random Thoughts. One of the things that I did want to talk about, because I've done this before, and it wasn't my decision. I remember the first year that we did the Monsters in the Morning telethon, where we were raising money. I think it might have been for the mustard seed, and we were going to be on TV. My wife ended up making me. She got up early because I had to get up early when I was married. And she did my makeup. I'd never worn makeup before. But now there's a story coming out talking about men are wearing more makeup because of Zoom meetings. Have any of you guys out there, once again, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but if you don't want to answer me in the chat, you can either email me, tuddle@gmail.com, or leave me a voicemail, 407-270-3044. Have any of you guys ever worn makeup? Because, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but for the most part, women are the ones that wear makeup. And now guys are wearing makeup. And I'll take it even one step further. No, I didn't wear makeup today. And that's the other thing. I got a little bit of the stubble going on the facial hair. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, Vulture will get on my ass if I don't keep the clean cut look. I like to wear a little eyeshadow on Fridays. No, but what I'm saying is it suspectful or whatever it is? Does camo count? Yeah, in the South, camo does count. And I haven't told a lot of people about this. And I'm going to share a picture because I have found a lot of old pictures that I was going through. And if you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I've been posting a lot of old pictures. And I got to tell you, my dad, what the fuck happened to me? Like, seriously. My dad looked so rugged. Like, straight up, looked like Dale Earnhardt with his mustache going on and stuff. If you haven't seen him yet, go to my social media. I posted them there. I found a bunch of them. But I also found some of my wedding pictures. My wife asked me to get Botox. I got Botox before my wedding. Now I wish I would have kept up on it because I'm getting the little crow's feet and stuff in the eyes. But I ended up getting Botox for the wedding pictures. Now, is that something you guys would have done? I mean, is that going too far, getting Botox? I mean, makeup is one thing, but getting Botox, I mean, that's another. And that shit is not cheap. Not cheap at all. You're basically injecting rat poison to deaden your face. But I did it because I was kind of a bitch. And I'm the type of person that just does nothing but try to please people. But yeah, I got it done. First makeup, now Botox. Do you have an announcement? Tom, listen, I love you, buddy. I really do. I love the ball busting. I love to bust balls. And I actually really think your stuff is really, really funny. So, but when listen, I'm trying to be real. Listen, there are some radio hosts, and I ain't going to name any of them, but I've worked with a lot of radio hosts. And fluid. Yeah, I'm not fluid. I am the least fluid person in the world. But I have worked with a few radio guys that get Botox. So it didn't make me feel as bad when I found that out. Does it make you less of a man if you get Botox? I don't think it does. I really don't. You know, I've talked about this on my show about the double standard there is in entertainment. Could be radio, TV, movies. Men, what costume? I'm just wearing my T-Town G's Nike, like, I try to zip it up all the way to kind of look like a little bit of a turtleneck. My Nike swoosh is looking a little ratty, so I need to wash this really, really soon. But back to what I was saying, there is a double standard when it comes to men and women. Men get, and they are allowed to age gracefully. But if you're a woman, you have a shelf life. And I got to tell you, Claire Metz is an older woman, but she's never been like an anchor here locally. No, I do. Well, sometimes I do pee sitting down. Am I the only one? Is it because of old age? Am I the only one that farts every time I pee? What is up with that? Is that something that comes with old age? Because I got to tell you, I rip some of the biggest farts when I'm peeing. And is that just an old age thing? Because I don't think I'm that old. I just turned 40. I mean, it's not young, but it's also not old. This is the best in shape that I've ever been in. But am I the only one that farts every single time I pee? And do you pee every time you go number 2? Because I have a theory. Well, maybe it's not even my own theory. I just think the turd pushing on your prostate makes you pee. It is the same abdominal muscles. Yeah, that's the other thing that I'm like struggling through right now. I have the beginning of a hernia on the left side of my abdomen, like right where the leg attaches to the torso. And every once in a while it'll pop back in and out and everything, but I know that it's going to be a problem one day. It's going to be a problem. That's why I've been working out with that goddamn wetsuit on to give myself a little bit of a support system on the hernia. And the last time I saw the doctor, oh, it's not that bad. You know what? I want to get that shit done immediately. So, it is. Calling it a night? Yeah. Got to get up early. 4 o'clock. Yeah, I got up at 3:30 every single morning for the radio show, so. Yeah, I know. Well, you guys have a good night, man. So, back to what I was saying is, the hernia, I know is going to become a problem. Have any of you guys I've heard that hernia surgeries are a lot more easier. Vulture will, Tom, lay off the vulture, because I got to tell you right now, dude, get that mesh surgery, then call dog bite, call for people, that's all. Yeah, I have seen that. The hernia mesh thing, I've heard that is actually a little bit of a problem right now. I've actually heard Morgan and Morgan actually advertise that, and that mesothelioma. I guess, damn it, my legs are twitching right now from all the squats that I did. But yeah, I want to get that done immediately because I would rather take care of it now where it's not that big of a problem before it gets too bad. Right now, if you're just joining me, you are listening to the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream. I've been doing it every single night. If you get a chance, check out my audio podcast. I did a stream earlier today with Sirach, Mooka Prince from the Bubba the Love Sponge show, and it was a great show. We talked about a lot of stuff. I had the mesh operation about 10 years ago, no problems. I'll look into that. But last week when I talked to Sirach, I had him. He had never ever seen an episode of American Pickers. He did his review, his reaction of American Pickers today. And that can be found on my YouTube channel or my podcast, which can be found on the iTunes podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all the major platforms. If you're in here right now, share it because my numbers are starting to grow there. Let's get this thing popping. You know, I talked to some of the neighbors around here, and they are all down for the party because I've been talking about it. My parents want to get out of here, and I'm wanting to do a going away party. And I want to invite every single person that is a listener, a supporter of the Tuddle Daily Podcast to come hang out. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate all the help. But I want to have this party. And if any of you guys want to help me plan some of this stuff, because I want it to be a blast. I want it to be like a listener appreciation party, kind of what Bubba does. But everybody is welcome. There's no guest list. If you can make it, then show the fuck up, because we're going to blow it out. I don't drink anymore, so please don't think, oh, well, Tuddle's an alcoholic. We can't drink. No, dude. Drink until you pass the fuck out. But what I'm trying to say is I want to have a good party going away. For the going away party, I mean, my parents want to get out of here. They really do not like the guy that owns the place. I mean, he is the stereotypical slumlord. And I'm not exaggerating. The rent keeps going up. Stuff gets taken away every single year. Every single year, the rent goes up. The only thing that this place has is the view. And that's what I'll miss. That's what my parents are going to miss. But fuck you if you're going to just keep bending us over dry, not even giving us lube, just going in motherfucking dry. And they're wanting to go away. They have been here for 13 years. 13 years. No, they want to stay in the Volusia County area. Volusia County, here. If you guys are Tampa listeners, I've talked to my good friend Colton about this. Volusia County is basically the twin city of Pasco. Volusia County is Pasco East. Pasco is Volusia County West. And it's the goddamn truth. And this place is about to get wild as fuck with Bike Week. You know, you want to know what's funny? We used to have a bunch of other events here in the Daytona Beach, Volusia County area. Spring break. Spring break used to be the place to go in Daytona Beach. And the old people ran them off. And then Black College Reunion, BCR. Got to tell you, I was scared because they sent me out to Black College Reunion when I was on the Monsters in the morning to go out and do man on the street stuff. This happened to be the year that Eminem was performing at Black College Reunion. And Russ and them thought it would be a great idea for me to bleach my hair blonde. Blonde like Eminem was rocking when he first started. And I did that. And I got to tell you, it kept me safe because everybody was like, yo, that's him. That's him. That's Slim. That's Slim Shady. No, it's not. It's not. And this is before I wore glasses, so I actually kind of did. And I even wore the wife beater and everything that Eminem used to wear. And I had a blast. I had a great time. But Black College Reunion is not a place that you want to go to if you're a woman with a big ass. Because your ass is going to get grabbed. And the women did not even care. It was like, oh, yeah. And I'm not saying, please do not take this out of context of what I'm saying. It's almost like the women were kind of, I'm not saying they were asking for it. I think I just stepped in dog shit. The hell. Anyways, they didn't mind. They didn't mind at all. And everybody had video cameras. And this is before like the iPhones and the smartphones and stuff came out. And everybody was filming with it. Everybody was just driving down A1A with, this is back in the day when the hydraulics were the big deal. Everybody was just jumping up and down with their cars. And it was a great concert, but I ended up getting kicked out because this was also around the time that Eminem wrote Stan. You know, that song that they sampled Dido. And they were kind of nervous that some nerdy-ass looking white kid was showing up looking exactly like Slim Shady. And I had passes. Nope. I got kicked out immediately. Now, I did get an amazing interview with Edgren James, the running back that was playing for the Indianapolis Colts. He came down for Black College Reunion, and I got a great interview with him, and it was a blast. I was safe. It was one of the most fun times that I ever had, but guess what? I guess the old people, the old white people, did not like money because that brought in a lot of money. They ran off all the spring breakers. Do you remember MTV before they went to the Jersey Shore up there and up north? Like Daytona Beach used to be the place where everybody went for spring break, and they got rid of them as well too. I bet they wish they had that money right now. Like I'm just being honest. All these businesses that are struggling right now, I bet they wish that they had BCR. I bet that they wish that they had spring break. But guess what? Nope. Ran them right the fuck out of town. And that was my busiest time. You wouldn't believe, as an intern, that's how I made some money. I don't think you guys realize what these radio people get paid to go to these promotions, these public appearances. You know, I forget who I was talking to about this, but when I was working at Real Radio and I was struggling, oh, dude, that's the biggest fucking heron. Hold on. Let's do some, hold on, let me see. Oh, he already flew off. Fuck. All right, never mind. I was going to do some Jack Hanna type shit on my live stream. But the big guys, the big dogs, like Russ Rollins, the Shannon Burks, the Jim Phillips, the Dirty Jims, the Drew Garabos. I don't know if they felt like it was beneath them, but they would turn down the gigs, like, for example, to go stand out in front of a 7-Eleven behind a table to hand out stuff, free things. That would pay $300 for 2 hours worth of work. And the big dogs, I don't know if they were already getting paid. But people like me, trust me, I don't give a fuck where it is. I don't give a damn where it is. You're going to pay me $300 for 2 hours worth of work? I will go stand out in front of anything. You want me to do a promotion at an abortion clinic? $300 for 2 hours worth of work? Count me in. So I hustled. I made a lot of money back then. And it would be nice every once in a while you get that check where you had a couple of live appearances pop up on your check. Yeah, that was nice. That was really, really nice. Most money that I ever made working in radio was the last time that I worked with the Monsters in the Morning at Real Radio 104.1. And I was actually working for 102.5 The Bone at the time. And the program director called me out of the blue. Hey, we need you. Somebody's leaving. We want to hire you back. I didn't like the first offer. And then they countered back with the same amount, but they were going to give me ratings bonuses. Now, this is the only radio show that I have ever worked on in my radio career where I actually got a ratings bonus. Now, ratings happen quarterly, 4 times a year. Why are they called the Monsters? I mean, it was originally called Russ and Bo with Dirty Gem, and I'm about to tell you, T-Bone. I'm about to tell you. Because I fucked up. I fucked up really, really bad. The only day that I have ever missed a radio show got me fired from Real Radio 104.1 because I was partying too much. I did a promotion the night before and got too fucked up. And yeah, I did work with Cowhead. I got too fucked up and I woke up at 8 a.m. You got to realize show starts at 6. The only day that I've ever missed or been late for in my radio career got me fired. And it was my own fault, but I was getting paid a lot of money back then. So back to the ratings bonuses. So that happens 4 times a year, okay? The show, The Monsters, was in first place every single time. If we came in first place in the ratings, they cut me a check for $5,000. Now, it sucked to see what the government took out in taxes, but I still made over $4,000 4 times a year. Now, the other thing is, even if we came in second place, I got half of that. I got $2,500 for second place. And then I got $1,000 for third. But we were number 1 every single time. And that money was nice. That money, that helped me get out of a very, very tough situation. And I want to thank Russ. Russ was the one that kind of like championed me, wanting me to come back. And I came back and I fucked it up like I have fucked up every single job that I've ever had before. So yeah. I'm at the Hobo Fish Camp, doing 2 shows a day, podcasting, hustling. I'm going on Craigslist, finding free shit to try to turn around and make a $4 or $5 profit. That's a situation that I'm in. Now, I'm making money off of my sponsors right now with the podcast, so I don't want you to think that I'm complaining at all. Yeah, it was in the past. But all my sponsors, like, listen, I'm not making a ton, but I also don't live an extravagant lifestyle. So I can live off of this type of money that I'm making right now, off of my sponsors. Thank you, Michael. Yes, I still do the fish hustle. I catch my fish, but it's all theater of the mind because I don't have a commercial license. So, no, technically, I'm not doing my fish hustle anymore. Wink, wink is what I'm trying to say. But I'm a survivor. I am a survivor. I am mending all the bridges that I've burned. But I'm doing my best right now. My sponsors, I got to thank every single one of them. FloridaCannabisCoach.com, Scotty York, VaporShades.com, Billy. The dude has been listening to me from when I started on 93.1 The Crow, Good Life Organics, Cricket Wireless, StitchYouUp.com, my merchandise. If you guys want to get any of my merch, who knows? I'm not trying to say, whoa, you need my merch. But if you go to StitchYouUp.com, Eric is going to hook you up. And I got to tell you, also, if you're a business and you want some voiceover work done, my production guy, Josh Kale, up in Canada, you're going to want to use him as well, too. So what I'm trying to say is, I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. I am a free. Does Lemmy still have his fish house? I do not know. I'm not saying, you have one thing I don't. You have year-round warm weather, garage sales year-round to flip stuff. LOL. Got a couple of yeah. Dude, it was hot as hell today. I love how Tom was surprised you worked with Boost Mobile. Yeah, dude. I mean, I've interviewed Peter Adderton. I've talked to him quite a few times. I haven't been able to seal a deal, but my producer, Vulture, you guys want to take a shit on Vulture, but Vulture is the reason that I even got that interview. I talked to a motherfucking billionaire. And he's starting X Mobile, a new cellular company. So yeah, dude, I know I don't have a face for TV, but if you want me to be your spokesperson for X Mobile that's coming out, Mr. Peter Adderton, count me in. I will do whatever you want me to do to make that work. I'm just looking. I'm looking for one big whale. And I'm not saying whale in a bad thing. I'm saying a whale that is going to Mobile X. Sorry. My producer corrected me there. And you know what? You guys taking a shit on Vulture? Guess what? Vulture just corrected me. But I would love to work with Peter Adderton. The guy is a hustler. The guy has his stuff together. He is brilliant. And he hates how the phone companies are screwing over the common folk. The common folk. And that was very southern when I said that. But what I'm trying to say is people like that, those are the type of people that I want to work with, as well as the sponsors that I'm working with right now. So I don't want you guys to think that, just because Tuddle is getting free stuff off of Craigslist, he must be struggling. No. You know what that's called? Being smart. Taking people's free stuff and flipping it for a profit. You know who I learned that from? Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V. That dude goes to garage sales. You know what though? It could all be just show. That a guy with that type of money, but he always does videos of going out and finding stuff. You wanna know the new thing that he says that is hot that people are making a lot of money off of is coffee mugs. People are collecting coffee mugs. Go to a yard sale, find a coffee mug, buy it on the cheap, and then turn around and sell it for a couple of dollar profit. I know times are tough right now in this economy, this world that we're living in. Just be smart. Yes, coffee mugs. Thank you, Michael. Who would have thought that coffee mugs? People collect it. People collect weird stuff all the time. I have been going through, and I've already mentioned this, but go to my social media. Just search Tuddle, twitter.com/Tuddle, instagram.com/Tuddle, facebook.com/Tuddle. I'm on LinkedIn as Tuddle or Patrick Fowler. And I've been posting some of these old photos that I have found. Once again, my dad looks rugged as hell. I have found some pics of my mom from back in the day. And I'm kind of holding off showing those or posting those because I know as soon as I do, I am going to get some very disrespectful comments. Not that my mom looked bad, but holy crap. I'm not trying to be a creepo or anything, but I got to tell you, my dad outkicked his coverage, if you know what I'm saying. Dude, there are so many stories. My mom owned, I can't remember the story. It was either a Corvette or a Trans Am. And my mom and dad were both, I think. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to tell the story anyways. Mom and dad were both with other people when they met each other. And let's say mom had her ex, was a little jealous, and he shot up my mom's Corvette or Trans Am. It was either a Trans Am or a Corvette, but her ex shot up her Corvette at a hotel because you got to remember, my dad was an iron worker traveling all the time. And yeah, post the negative or delete the negative comments. I try not to censor people when it comes to the comments. But can you believe that? My dad was such a pimp that he got my mom while he was with somebody and my mom was with somebody, and the dude was so torn up about it, he shot up my mom's car. And guess who his father was? He was the sheriff of the county up in Georgia. So yeah, that's some country outlaw type stuff. It really is. Great love story, by the way. I mean, the only other greater love story was Bud and Sissy from Urban Cowboy. So go and check out those pictures on my social media. Just search Tuddle with 2 Ds, Tuddle. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Feels like it's about to rain here. It was hot as hell today. And now it's cold. It's cold. It's humid. But I want to thank all you guys. Love you to death. All of you guys. Wayne was packing heat, probably, at the time. Who knows? I know my dad doesn't have any felonies because, he can own guns. So, who knows? I'll leave you with this story. They used to go to the Brass Rail in Deleon Springs. The Brass Rail was a bar there. And he was having problems with this one guy. And my mom's brother, I think it might have been, I'll have to ask him and get clarification on this. But you might be a redneck, and I don't mean to sound like what's-his-face, the comedian. You might be a redneck if you tell your relative to go out to the truck and get the axe handle. Now, the axe handle did not have an axe on it, but I guess he was having problems with somebody, and he told them, go out to my truck, put the axe handle at the back door because if it goes down, we're going out back, and I want the axe handle. Axe handle can do some damage. That's how my dad was rolling back in the day. So, I left you with that story. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I love every single one of you. I want to thank you for your support. There's a couple of ways you can support me. You can donate financially. I don't even care if it's $1. PayPal.me/Tuddle on the radio. That's PayPal.me/Tuddle on the radio. And if you don't want to donate financially, because I know a lot of people are going through hard times, help spread the word. Because you getting me a subscriber or a subscriber on YouTube or my podcast helps me out. Makes me look bigger. It makes my analytics look better, that when I go to a potential sponsor, yes, unfortunately, he definitely did use the axe handle once. So what I'm trying to say is, if you don't want to help me out financially, I completely understand that, and I get that. I don't like to beg for things. I like to earn them. But then tell your friends, family, loved ones, coworkers, neighbors. I know I sound like a broken record saying the same thing over and over again, but it's the truth. The audience is always changing. So that's how you can help me out. Tell as many people as you can about the content that I'm doing. Because unlike some of these other people, I actually care. I try to put on the best content that I can every single day with the limited resources that I have. People don't believe me. People do not believe me when I tell them I do this show on a goddamn iPhone 8. I'm like the MacGyver of white trash engineering when it comes to broadcasting online. So I do care. Can I park my toy hauler at your place next week? The lots are really small here, so I don't know. Email me, Tuddle@gmail.com, T-Bone. I'll work it out for you. At least I'm still, in communications with the manager here, the woman that works the front desk. So email me, Tuddle@gmail.com. Guys, getting out of here. My hernia is killing me from standing up. Hope you guys have a great night. I love every single one of you.